It's arguably the most photographed game. The national pastime that always gets passed on loves the camera. Over the past century, the game has pretty much stayed its course. Not so for the people behind the lens. Case in point, this guy.
I like to get to the game early, so I'm always looking for pictures, whether it's before the game, as the players are warming up. I've made feature pictures where, the ushers are clearing the seats off and the light is just, perfect.
Dave Mieletti is a photojournalist for the Philadelphia Daily News. He's traveled the world lugging his cameras and has covered most of the big-time sporting events. And like many of us, he has an iPhone.
For me, it's less about the equipment, but ultimately it's about, about making, the best possible image. Well, I don't even think of it as a phone anymore. I think of it as, my fourth camera. If I have 3 single lens reflex cameras, I always have this with me. So here's some images I made with the iPhone. We have Boa. There's something about the look on his face, the expression. Rollins covering his face, Rollins without the placard in front of his face.
These unique portraits and behind-the-scenes look at America's game have made their way to the pages of the Daily News, both traditionally and online. Something that would have been unheard of just a decade ago.
I think I try, for what I do for the newspapers, try to present something in a unique way and try to present it in a way that most people might not expect to see, to see an event or see a situation.
Image manipulation has long been a no-no in traditional journalism. Today, ethics are continually tested by technology, and Mieletti feels what he's doing is a true representation of what he sees, only enhancing his work experience and getting the story out a little bit quicker.
I guess to speak to that point, I think people do just assume that because you're using a phone, your image is filtered, it's not real, it's not reality. But for me, no, I don't approach it that way. I approach it as, this is another tool for me to do my job.
Outside the ballpark, his street scenes of everyday life posted on sites such as Instagram and Twitter earned him a spot on a list as one of the 8 must-follow photographers from Forbes.com. And that's when some attitudes changed.
I think there was a certain, oh, that's what you're up to. Oh, okay, and I think, after that, I felt there was more of a acceptance in what I was trying to do.
Mieletti knows the limits to his newest piece of gear, saying there's a time and a place for the camera phone. You're not going to get action shots like these, but you will get this.
I just thought this was different, like leaving the ballpark. I thought, oh, I can't just walk out without taking this picture.
Photographers will often tell you that the best camera is the one you carry with you. Now, this device may not replace those long lenses best used for game action, but for Dave, like the rest of us, it's a great companion to have, and it conveniently fits right in your pocket.
It's my vision, it's how I see things, and not that going through an editor is bad, but there's no gatekeeper, I guess, is really what it is. So if it's one image that I really care about, or for some reason, I think this is, my best image of the day, I'm gonna share that.
Now the image is clear. Along with instant replay, there's another new way to look at this game that forever endures. Welcome to the future.